Hello Tubesers, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. This is a thank you to a marra of mine, Rob, who is in the UK, and out of the blue, these turned up this morning. More ship kits. Can't thank you enough, Rob. It was totally out of the blue. Rob doesn't have a channel, so I can't direct you to him. But I just wanted to put up a thank you and show you what he sent me, because I always love my ships, even if I don't build them very quickly. This is the heavy cruiser Prince Eugen, 1942, German cruiser, and I believe it's when she did the Channel Dash along with Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, and it was a bit of a black day really for the not just the Royal Navy but the country in general, obviously, to get these capital ships sailing up the English Channel. It was a load of some just sheer bad luck, missed timings, sliding door moments, others where it was just unforgivable stuff-ups, really. But we couldn't get any of our units, apart from our air units, to engage them, really. But a lot of brave lads lost their lives trying to engage them. But it was quite badly mishandled, but at higher levels, I mean. But yeah, so this is Prince Eugen in her Channel Dash, I believe. Days. I'm only saying that because the amount of quad flak guns that are all over her, and 1942. So 1 in 700 scale from Trumpeter, that one. Now this one also really interested me because I do like pre-dreadnoughts, or around up to the Great War and around the Great War. And this is the Japanese battleship Mikasa from Hasegawa. And it looks I've opened it up. It looks a really interesting kit. I do, like a lot of people, because they are. I'm trying to show it. Sorry, I'm doing this on the smaller tripod. As you can see, they're festooned with anti-destroyer guns at the bow. These barbettes further down. A couple of main gun arm, turrets, main arm turrets. But a very, very interesting ship. I look forward to building that one. I'm going to check online to see if there's any PE, or I might just have to use PE, generic PE, mainly for the railings and things like that. So yeah, that's another one in 700 waterline series from Hasegawa, and that's the battleship Mikasa. Now the next two, I'll do this little guy first. The next two are 3D prints. Sorry to not show you anything, but as usual, let's just pop this down here. Another one is 700 scale. I believe it's 1 inch. I might be wrong. No, it's not a V1 launching ramp, or V2 even. No, V1, isn't it? That's it. Yeah, I got it right the first time. So you get two rafts, as they call them, with the little safety cages round. All these are supports, obviously. And here we have. There is a sticker on the front, but it looks like it's in Japanese. It looks like Japanese kanji rather than Korean or Chinese. Anyway, so there's nothing that actually says what it is, apart from obviously you can see it's a submarine. But it looks like a Type C German U-boat to me. Very finely detailed. Waterline again. That's the bow, by the way, up here. You see? So that's our... obviously, whenever you see a submarine, that's only the ever outer casing, obviously. There's obviously the pressurized tubing, like cigar shape in the middle, and all this is just outside. You can even store. They used to store extra stuff underneath the hull plating. So that's that. And I just want to look at because this shows it in more detail. I mean, look how fine. That's the Tiergarten, the bandstand at the back, where the 20mm single AA gun is, or is it 30mm? I can't remember on these, but it's there somewhere. Oh, there it is. You just see it there. The barrel always just hangs pointing up into the sky. And we've got our main boats cannon somewhere down here. Let's just see if I can get it a bit closer. I don't know if I can. The bar across the top of the periscopes. The periscopes, I believe, are the aerial and the periscope for obviously looking for ships, I believe. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Air so fine. Yeah, I just thought that was really, really nice. How far, how I'm going to get these off without things breaking, I have no idea, but we'll give it a go. So that's our U-boat. As I say, I believe looking at, I've got a fair. In the 90s, I was on a mad U-boat phase, and I've got quite a few books, all from that time period, but from the 90s on different U-boats and U-boat flotillas and stuff, and other British submarines, and not so much on Japanese submarines, but mainly British submarines and Allied submarines operating out the UK and Mediterranean. Oh, Italian submarines as well. I've got some on as well. But yeah, it looks like a Type C boat to me. Well, I'm pitching it probably an earlier one. A bit later on, they started adding more anti-aircraft armament and things. So that's our U-boat, extremely finely printed. And then we've also got a pre-First World War battleship. It's still in its cradle. Again, this all gets printed as one. And we've got, she's still on her supports like the U-boat. They put some deck plating at the top there. You've got, now this is designed to go on two pre-printed plinths. Rather, I mean, you could put her in the water, but I'm going to put her on the plinths. These bars that you see going up here on the hull, they are booms for, they'll swing out, and the thick bit here, I believe, is the torpedo netting or anti-torpedo netting. When she's at anchor, pre-war, they would have these. That's why you see a lot of the great warships from all nations with these lines, poles across. I say they're booms that they swing out and lower anti-torpedo nets and mine nets around the ship. But again, if you can see some of these, I think they're 3-inch guns, something around that caliber, and they've still got some supports. Some of them look a bit droopy. I can't really tell yet till I get the signs up. But yeah, lovely. HMS Orion, I should say this is. She's no, she's not a pre-dreadnought. You fool, Gavin. Made in 1910, if I remember. And I believe, I say I can still retain some memory. I believe she was scrapped in 1922 or 24, something like that. She was a lead ship in her class and flotilla leader, I believe. I think she saw action at Jutland, and I believe maybe one of the German raids on our coast, east coast. These little bits here, these are boat tiers for. I'll show you the boats in a minute. The only thing is, this comes with no instructions, any information, so I'm going to have to look up this class just to see. Well, hopefully Orion herself, but if not, just to see which boats go where, because there is nothing on this. So if you see, there are still some supports left on. Now, I mean, look how fine those ships' ladders are there. Now they don't have any ship's railings on here. I don't even know. This is a one. Come on, what do you say? A 1 in 1/250 scale. Now I don't know if I could get brass railings in that scale, and I would probably leave it on this one and just build it as is. Not that she needs a lot of building; it's more painting than anything. But yeah, very nice. I'm looking forward to doing that because she's all there, if that makes sense. I'm still building Yamato, by the way, but only about what at the moment about one session every 7 to 10 days, but she's getting there. I will give you an update on her. Here we go. These are right, guys. This is the cradle. I had to stop the video momentarily with the remaining parts of the ship. So these two things here are the plinths that you can paint up like a brass effect if you wanted to, and they stick in the bottom of the ship. There should be some holes in there under all those supports. I don't know if we can get in any closer. We've got our main turrets, main armament, and they would be 13.5-inch guns. We've got our different ships, cutters, boats, steam pinnaces. See the little tiny funnels on the steam pinnaces. There's another one down there. And then the others are cutters and yawls. The one thing with the 3D printing that does it well is you can see the oars in the cutters already. So you're not having to get too much glue in there and make it all splodgy. It's already done for you. The only small bit is a misprint here. We've got the cage over the funnel or the boiler tubes, as you can see inside the funnel there. Now that's obviously slipped off during printing. I will try and reattach it, but I would imagine it'll all break up, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll see. It's a rather smaller funnel in there. You can see again the tubes. We have our ship's anchors as well in there. We've got our fighting top here, which is right up on top of this mast. This is a mast, and the other three parts are in there. So I've got another one there. I do know there's another part of the mast in there somewhere, and that goes on top to help direct the guns. But, very, very nice. It's be different challenges in itself, putting it together and getting the supports off without breaking stuff. But yeah, I've been looking forward to that. You can even see the holes in the end of the barrels there. Yeah, I don't believe I've made a ship in this scale before, because I say I normally do 1 in 700 scale, and this is obviously smaller. Obviously doesn't take as much room up. But yeah, very interesting project. So Rob, again, totally by surprise. I wasn't expecting a knock off the postman this morning at all. Just about to go out with Nugget, and I get this put in my hands. So again, thank you. Thanks for thinking of me. It's what else can I say? Thank you very much. So, guys, at some point this will be done. I don't know when. I might, whether it's the sub or this, get this done. It does interest me. Just I've always liked, like all ships, and this is one with like the 5 turrets. So you've got the one sentence and midships turret as well. So yeah, they didn't have a long life. When I think I said to you earlier, 1922, 24, it's scrapped. Just because the more modern Queen Elizabeth class and that had come along. It was such an arms race, between 1900 and the end of the Great War. Ships were that's Nugget moving around. Sorry, ships were outclassed. They were beyond the sell by date. The three the Hoog, the Aboukir, and the Cressy that was sunk right at the beginning of the war by the U-boat. Literally, they was called like three. If you ever get to read the book Three Before Breakfast, they were sunk one after the other when they were patrolling the channel, and they all said, three old armored cruisers. So they were the pre-war pre-First World War heavy cruiser, but they were called armoured cruisers in those days. And often's been said like old, but they weren't old particularly. They were just literally within the space of 10 years, a ship could be bordering obsolete in that arms race. So sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. So yeah, um, the old Orion didn't last. From 1910 to 1922 isn't a particularly massively long shelf life. I mean, obviously they didn't always get the maintenance that they could have got during the war because of pressing conditions and that. But it's still a short shelf life for a ship of her type. Anyway, I'll go on. I do enjoy them. So look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look at this video. Other videos coming up. We'll have an update on some Napoleonics. Obviously, I'm always doing Napoleonics. But some of those projects I'm going to be selling on after Christmas, they are starting to get closer to finalising, and yeah, we'll catch up with obviously different videos as we go. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.